Welcome back to another Clifton Cameras video, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the latest telephoto offering from OM System, the M.ZUIKO 100-400mm F5-6.3 EDIS2 lens. I was fortunate enough to be able to test this out at Slimbridge Wetlands Centre, and we're going to cut to some of the footage of that in just a moment, but before we do, let's go through some of the key features of this new lens. First off, we have the 100-400mm focal length, which translates to 200-800mm when mounted on the Micro Four Thirds sensor, so wildlife and sports photographers are immediately getting that much more reach right out of the box. The lens features 7 EV steps of sync IS, a 9-blade circular aperture diaphragm, IPX1 weather sealing, and a fluorine protective coating. You have easy access to all the controls, which includes a lens lock, manual focus and autofocus, a focus range limiter, and image stabilization on or off switch. The lens has been constructed from 21 elements in 15 groups with 4 ED lenses, 2 Super HR lenses, 2 HR lenses, and also features a detachable tripod mount and is fully compatible with teleconverters for an even greater reach. But there's only so much that I can achieve from the confines of my room, so let's head over to Slimbridge now and take a look at things in greater detail. The lens is a perfect companion for the OM1 Mark II, which I was using for this video. Not only does the OM1 Mark II offer high burst shooting modes, but the lens was able to keep up with it. The 100-400mm shines when used for photographing wild birds and wildlife thanks to its outstanding reach of 800mm, as well as fantastic imaging throughout the entirety of the zoom length. The lens also has a close focus distance of 1.3 meters throughout the entirety of the lens, which granted me great images from closer targets.
Okay, let's zoom that right into 800 as we've got a close-up subject, and let's see what sort of detail we can get. Nice. Thank you, perched bird. Well, I have to say immediately the 2x crop that you get on the Micro Four Thirds sensor is incredibly handy in this situation, giving us that 800mm reach, which is fantastic. It's also worth pointing out that this is compatible with the MC14 and MC20 teleconverters, so you can actually get up to 1600mm with the 2x, which is absolutely insane. I don't have one with me, unfortunately, but 800mm is proving most useful at the moment. So apologies for not looking at the camera. I'm just constantly on the lookout for images to show you all. Let's go, let's do that now. Let's, old man knees. I got some old man knees. Won't you please give me ease to my old man knees?
While I didn't have access to the teleconverters, I found I had ample reach to capture whatever I needed on the day. The image quality and detail provided by the lens was excellent, and I was also able to dial in some nice depth of field for image separation thanks to the 9-bladed aperture.
So, while I'm waiting for something to happen, for an opportunity to present itself, and at the same time keeping my voice down so I don't disturb everybody upstairs, it's worth pointing out that the lens has 7 EV steps of sync image stabilization. So, you can be assured that regardless of the camera that you're using, you're going to be getting very, very stabilized shots. Just looking for stuff. Don't know why I have to explain that. But I thought that was worth pointing out because the original version of this lens was only 3 EV steps and was not sync image stabilization. So that's a significant improvement over the original lens. Oh, hang on. Back in a minute.
The lens offers 4.5 steps of image stabilization as standard, but when used on a camera such as the newly released OM3, you can get up to 7 stops, making it ideal for shooting handheld, whether it be photo or video. The lens is also relatively compact and lightweight, weighing in at just 1300 grams, so that you don't have to concern yourself with carrying a tripod around with you everywhere you go.
So my time with the lens is drawing to a close, and I'm going to head back home now and give you my final conclusion on the lens. But before I do, I thought it was worth pointing out that the lens has an IPX1 dust and splash proof rating, as well as a fluorine coating, so using it in less than ideal weather conditions is not going to be too much of an issue for you. But as I say, it looks like I've gotten as much here as I'm going to today, so I'm going to head back home and yeah, we'll talk through what I thought of the lens.
So the first thing I noticed about the lens was its compact and lightweight design. I was using it for about 5 hours, maybe more, and I had it either slung over my shoulder or in use, and it felt comfortable pretty much the whole time. It's a shame that I couldn't have got my hands on the teleconverters, because I would have loved to have seen what I could have achieved with essentially 1600mm. However, at no point did I really feel like I needed it. 800mm felt more than enough, certainly for what I was doing at Slimbridge, and I was very pleasantly surprised at the amount of detail that you were able to capture at that length, especially as I was using the lens handheld for the entirety of my time with it. And I guess that segues nicely into the image stabilization, which I found to be superb. At no point did I find myself struggling to capture sharp images. The lens was pretty much doing all the work for me, so I was just able to keep an eye out and capture the images as I saw them. I was fortunate enough to have good weather on the day, however it was nice to have the peace of mind afforded to me by that IPX1 weather sealing, just in case things took a turn for the worst. Another useful feature of the lens was the 1.3 meter close focus distance, as sometimes you do get the opportunity to get up close to wildlife, so it is nice to know that the lens allows for that. And lastly, I guess I just wanted to mention the zoom ring and the adjustable tripod collar. Both were incredibly easy to adjust, and that matters a lot when you're out in the field and need to make adjustments quickly. So that's about all I have to say for the lens at this time. Hopefully I'll get a chance in the future to go out and use it again. I did enjoy it a lot, but if you do require any more information, then make sure that you click the link in the description of this video, leave a comment and subscribe if you haven't already, because it really does help to boost the channel. Thanks very much, and I'll catch you next time.